before I start, I just want to emphasize again on the coverage for phase one and phase two. So when I really talk about the readiness for the phase one is because if you are the user who are already integrated UBS billing and also our POS, meaning you're already using that one, you have your item, your customer, your transaction actually inside your billing already, and it can also be reflected in POS, then that's mean when doing invoice, it's just the same thing like what you have did in our billing, standalone billing without the POS. All the transaction will flow to the outgoing dashboard, which I will show you later. For phase two, as you know, if let's say you are the standalone user, POS user, and you do not have any billing integrated before, then now you want to buy billing and you want to integrate with that. It's just that when you link to the billing, and the original source will be changing from POS to billing. So meaning now all the data will be referring to the billing database. Okay, so after integrated, you will not be able to see any transaction, which means from the original POS to billing side. So if you really want to do that, you need to do some export import from POS to UBS billing. So for phase two, this is what we're going to cover. We will help you to do the export import, so-called migrations, with just one click. So it's easy for your user to pick up. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so assuming now I already have my integration done before. So basically there's nothing to do or no setup is needed in POS. What I need to do just to do my daily tasks like just creating the transaction from POS. For example, maybe I go to cash receipt. I just add the item, assuming there's a customer come in. And yeah, just proceed at what I have done daily. And of course, maybe I need to issue one invoice also from POS. This one is 20. So save. So now back to your billing. So if you are actually opening the dashboard before the POS transaction is created, you need to refresh the screen in order to reflect the latest changes from the tables. So it's either you can close all file or maybe you just switch to other screen. Okay, so for my case, I just close all file to make sure the new transaction is being reflected in my outgoing dashboard. So the outgoing dashboard, then you can see the new invoice has been created and show in this, on the screen. This is from POS. Then of course, if you want to check also the cash receipt, you can go to cash sales. And basically this is the new transaction that I have created just now from POS. All right, so now you can either choose you want to do the console, just like what you have done, what you have did for the billing transaction. Then you can go to consolidated. Then basically this is the new transaction from POS. Okay, then can just proceed to do the transmission. Transmitted. Yep. While waiting for the status of the transmission, I mean this consolidated invoice, you also can do the same for your standard invoice. So just do the same, transmit. Okay. So let's check the status. Validated. And some of you may have a question like, if let's say I am using the latest version of POS, which is the 2025.0, the upcoming version, but I'm using the pre-production version of UBS, then can I actually have the pre-production built also for my POS? The answer is no, because what you require to do the test, if let's say you want to do the testing, you only require to install the pre-production billing in your machine. For POS side, you can still use maybe your commercial version, but with your sample database. Okay, because the transmission wise actually is coming from the billing side, not the post. So you can use a commercial version, but sample database and do the testing in the pre-production built-in billing. Okay, so how to justify? So assuming now I have already transmitted to invoice and get validator, so you can just click on this UUID link, and basically actually we will point you to the production server. All right. The same process like what we have in our billing. So you don't need to relearn again. Your customer do not need to relearn again. Everything is the same. It's just that before transmit, you need to make sure all the setup, all the configuration is complete in billing side. So included the company setup, the configuration, customer supplier, if any, and of course the classification mapping and also the UOM. Okay. I think that's all for, sorry. Yeah, I just want to show you some enhancement also been done in the post side. So in order to protect the user, after the transaction is transmitted, then we also put some control on the post side. So you can see that just now I have transmitted one of the invoices or maybe some. Then you try to void because maybe you may forget also what has been transmitted. Okay, so just select one and try to void. The system will show you the status has been consolidated or maybe some other things, other invoice status, and we don't allow you to void, edit, or delete. So the same also for the standard invoice or any transaction here. So for example, you try to edit, the system will show you the message. If you try to delete, same. Right, that's it. Over back to you, Irene.
Okay, thank you, Hong.